Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling confused, guilty, or somehow wrong, without knowing exactly why? 5 minutes ago you were confident, and now you're apologizing for something you didn't even do. That's not overthinking. That's manipulation. And no, manipulation isn't always loud, evil, or obvious. Most of the time, it's quiet, polite, smiling. It sounds like, "I'm just saying this because I care," or "You're too sensitive," or my personal favorite, "I never said that," even though they absolutely did. The psychology behind manipulation is simple but dangerous. It's about control without force. Instead of telling you what to do, the manipulator makes you feel like you chose it yourself. Think of it like an emotional remote control. They don't press buttons in front of you. They program them slowly. So later, one sentence is enough to trigger guilt, fear, or doubt. One of the most common tools is guilt. Guilt works because good people hate feeling like they've done something wrong. So when someone says, "After everything I've done for you," your brain instantly panics. You forget the actual issue, and suddenly you're defending your character instead of your boundaries. Congratulations, you've been emotionally hacked. Another favorite technique is confusion. Manipulators love muddy waters. They change details, twist timelines, deny facts, and talk in circles, not to prove they're right, but to make you doubt yourself. Once you stop trusting your own memory, you start trusting theirs. And that's the moment control quietly shifts. Then there's playing the victim. This one is sneaky. They hurt you, but somehow the conversation ends with you comforting them. You start out expressing pain and end up saying sorry while thinking, "Wait, how did we get here?" And let's not forget love bombing. At first, it feels amazing. Constant attention, endless compliments. "You're different. I've never felt this way before." But it's not love, it's acceleration. They rush intimacy, so you bond before you can think. Is emotional fast food, feels incredible in the moment. Regret comes later. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Manipulation works because it uses normal human needs. We want approval. We want harmony. We want to be seen as good people. Manipulators don't create these needs, they exploit them. And being manipulated doesn't mean you're weak. It usually means you're empathetic. Manipulators don't target the strongest people. They target the kindest ones, the listeners, the forgivers, the ones who always try to understand. So how do you spot manipulation without becoming paranoid? Watch how you feel after interactions. Do you feel small, confused, guilty, for no clear reason? Do you keep explaining yourself to someone who never really listens? Healthy communication brings clarity, even during conflict. Manipulation leaves fog. The goal isn't to become cold or suspicious of everyone. It's to trust patterns over words. Apologies without change are patterns. Promises without action are patterns. Feeling drained every time you engage with someone, also a pattern. And here's something people rarely talk about. Manipulation doesn't always come from villains. Sometimes it comes from people you love. Friends, partners, family, people who learned manipulation as survival. That's why it's so confusing. You don't feel angry, you feel conflicted. You tell yourself, "They mean well," while slowly shrinking inside. But intention doesn't erase impact. If someone consistently makes you anxious before speaking, guilty after being honest, or exhausted after being around them, that's not closeness. That's emotional labor you never agreed to. Real connection doesn't require you to disappear to keep the peace. Real love doesn't punish honesty. Real respect doesn't need control. The most powerful moment isn't when you confront a manipulator. It's when you quietly stop explaining yourself. When you stop chasing understanding from someone committed to misunderstanding you. That moment feels uncomfortable at first, then peaceful, then empowering. Because the strongest boundary isn't anger, it's clarity. And once you choose clarity over confusion, you don't just protect your mind, you reclaim it. That's not manipulation psychology anymore, that's freedom psychology. If this made you reflect on a situation, or a person, let me know in the comments. Had you ever realized someone was manipulating you only after it ended? And if you want more videos that break down human behavior, psychology, and emotional patterns in a real and honest way, make sure you subscribe and stay connected. Your awareness might be exactly what someone else needs too.